Welcome back, Nuggets. This mother clucker's got some thoughts. Let's ruffle some feathers and get into this live stream. Hello, everybody. I've been excited for this one. Rachel's back. Back again. Yeah, no, I shouldn't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Hello, everybody. Hi, Mrs. Patterson. Hey, Veronica. How's your son doing? Hey, Spicy Ginger. Hello. It's a good time. Hey, Meh. Hi. Oh, meh, I can get technical with you. I actually have worked out exactly what my streaming problem is, and hopefully it's not going to happen during this stream. Hello, Darkwick and Cramblings. Thank you so much for coming in and modding tonight. Hello, Shin. Hi. Hey, Willow. Hello, eating lunch? Excited to watch while you eat? Hello, everyone. Hey, Karina. Nice to see everyone. Hello, Yamano. Hello, everybody. Hey, Nutty. Hi. Hey, Betty Bunny. Hello. He's still in hospital, but okay. Oh, still thoughts with you. Hey. Stop it. No, so thank you so much to everybody who is helping me explore technical difficulties the other day. So I had concluded that it was something to do with a damaged tower and something going on with my multi-stream platform that I was using. I actually think it's just now the multi-stream. For some reason, when you put it on select the best server for me, it puts me in a UK one, which is really giving me a fraction of the upload that I should be getting. So I'm thinking that's it. So tonight, I'm not streaming on Twitch. I'm just streaming on YouTube. And I just kind of want to ascertain that everything's okay. And we'll see how we go. But I will be working to putting Twitch back. So thank you so much to those who normally support me over there. I'm not abandoning it. Perfect way to end Zombie Jesus Day. That's not your avatar by accident. No, Vera, we were building a bird army, not helping you. True. I know, after that conversation, I felt really bad deleting that live stream. It was very fun, but it was it was just technical difficulties. Okay, Rachel will be bringing up autism in this video. Oh. Oh dear. Oh, I can't wait. Hello, Perta. Hello from Finland. You're finally catching alive. I'm actually interested to know everyone because Australia's just, or at least the part of Australia that I live in, has just started observing daylight savings. And I'm curious, is this time that I've gone live different than my usual time that I go live on a Sunday or Monday? I don't know if I'm earlier or later, or I'm 40, and honestly, I still haven't quite worked out daylight savings. The more I think about it, the more turned around I get, and I cannot. Borb Army for world domination. I love it. I feel like we're on the winning team, Yamano. I'm an hour later for you. Oh no, yeah, you are autistic and this will be interesting. I think many of us at least either are or have somebody very close who is. So I think we're all going to be horribly insulted. Let's just trigger warning that one from the beginning. You're gonna be pissed off. Hello, Wrinkle. Thank you so much for coming in and modding tonight. Yeah. Many of us are at least touched by autism in some way in our lives. And it's Autism Awareness Month. Oh no, it is too. Oh geez. So my lives used to be midnight and 7 a.m. Now they're 1 a.m. and 8 a.m. How is it later? How is it because I'm technically doing it. I'm not going to get into it. I can't. I'm going live an hour earlier than I usually do in my time. I don't know how this works. Anyway, no, we're not getting into it. We are not. Okay, Rachel's statistics. Let's look at Rachel. So Rachel hasn't uploaded in like nearly a month at this point. It's been a while. It's been a long while. And Social Blade is saying that she just lost 100 subscribers. That will be the result of her like passing over into a new 100. So she could, for example, be at like 49.499, and that will ascertain the 100. If she gained 2 subscribers, it would probably look like she's gone up 100 as well. So it's interesting the way they do it. But what will be interesting is, does she still hold these after posting? Because we know that Rachel usually loses subscribers shortly after posting. Hello, Dexler. Welcome in. Hey, Asha. Hello. So let's have a look at the poll, and then we'll get into the video, because I'm still torn on this, my nuggets. So I said, what is Rachel's obsession? Amber, Emily, the power of being the puppet master, or all of the above? And 8% said Amber, 20% said Emily, 20% said puppet master, and a whopping 53% said all of the above. Which is probably the truth of it. Awesome. Well, let's get into this one. This one's already done a whole lot of views, 15,000. Not too bad considering her last one did 17,000 in its lifetime. This one's only been up for 9 hours and has done 15,000. These are still nowhere near the numbers that she was getting before this whole thing went down, which was like, you got 92 there, 94, 30 there, but it's not Amber. 137,000, 73. So wow, to 19,000. So you can see that she's dropped quite a bit still, but she still does have a very loyal, very solid following. She does. Hello, Jenny and Layla. Hi. Hey, Janton. Yep, we've just started. All right, shall we get into it, my nuggets? I think this is going to be an interesting one. We should get through it all. I will need to go put Tay-Tay to bed in about 50 minutes, but I'll give you snack crew or something while we do that. Yes, happy Easter to those who celebrate. I relentlessly forget that it's Easter. Like, you work for yourself and public holidays start to become very insignificant. It's no longer fun. And of course, those who celebrate it on a religious level, there are 2 ways to celebrate Easter. You're awake early for 8 a.m. Hello, Bee Thimbles. All right, let's get into this mess.
Oh my god, hi. Welcome back. I'm still alive. I'm not dead. I decided not to film over the last couple of weeks because nothing...
Are we fast? Oh my gosh, Veronica. Hello. Thank you so much. Rachel is a less attractive 30-year-old than Regina George. #narcissistic philosophy queen. Thank you so much, Veronica. I appreciate you. I know this is your most favorite topic. I'm here for you today. Is she really fast though? Normal playback speed. Whoa. Okay, wait. I wasn't prepared. We going back.
Interesting was happening in my opinion. Oh my god, hi. Welcome back. I'm still alive. I'm not dead. I decided not to film over the last couple of weeks because nothing interesting was happening, in my opinion, in the Amberverse, and I just could not bring myself to make videos that I knew were shit. I got so incredibly bored with what Amber was doing on the LCU, and I could not bring myself to film reactions where you could literally see my soul dripping out through my nose. I was just dying inside watching this crap, and I couldn't do it to myself, so I stopped. I took a break. Some cool stuff happened in my professional life, and I just didn't have time to film, and it coincided with the fat camp boring Amber crap. I know some things did happen over the last little while, and wherever those things are relevant, I'll bring them up in the next video, so don't worry.
I am immediately extraordinarily suspect of this entire spiel. I don't know. Maybe she has legitimately been having some success professionally. I love that for her. She had to clearly go get a day job again if she left it. She at least stopped talking about it for a while. But I don't know that I buy the it was boring thing. And I do agree that Amber has been boring. I really do. But to me, that means go find somebody else interesting. That means pivot. We're not looking at Amber at the moment. Wrinkle. Go back to dying inside, please, Rachel. Oh, I know, but if she does that, then we can't look at her videos. Give the stream a thumbs up for ASD Awareness Month, or if you believe in burr balming. Or the fear of Rachel's giant forehead. Oh, I cannot with you, Darkwick. I would be lying if I said that I didn't partially accept your mod application because of how much you crack me up. You get me. Bull, she's been talking to Emily, in my opinion. I wouldn't put that past her. What is this new weird Rachel-ality? A new word I'm going to use to Rachel's ever-changing personality. Yeah, I don't know. It does shift a lot. We're very chipper today and very fast. Last time this happened, it's because she was on caffeine, I believe.
Still very much on the ball with what's been going on. God bless the people who've been keeping me up to date. You know who you are. Thank you very much. And we're going to keep it moving from here. I think the fact that Emily has gone to see Amber again is very, very embarrassing. The fact that she would go
because she didn't come to see me. It's so embarrassing.
Go to reaction channels like myself and spill all the drama that she spilled and tell all of Amber's secrets.
We had a love thing going on, okay? And this is just embarrassing.
And out stuff about her, like how she smelt and how she treated her daughter and she didn't wash her hands when she went to the toilet, and all of the stuff that she told everyone about Amber, for her to then keep dating Amber and claim that they're in a healing era. It's like,
I don't want them to be in a healing era. We were in a healing era.
One of the most embarrassing things I've ever seen happen in the Amberverse, and that's difficult because there's been a lot, but we're going to watch this now and just see what's been going on with the two of them. I won't bore you with too many thoughts now. Let's just start watching, and then as things come up, we'll talk about them.
Hey girls.
Hey.
Welcome back.
Yay.
After a full week without Amber on the bus, you'd think her return would feel like a big moment.
Big?
Oh, this is really convenient, actually. I forgot that I keep up to date with Amber via Rachel, and Rachel hasn't been there, so I've really fallen out of the loop with Amber because I cannot with that LCU stuff, but this makes it's like extra dilute, right? Because it's via 2 reaction channels. Yes, Rachel, it is embarrassing for you that after trying to split them up, Emily still picked Amber over you. And, Emily's picked Amber over Rachel a couple of times now. I'm playing my little violin just for you. Shut the clock up about people's kids, Rachel. Absolutely. Why are we still talking about that child? It's inappropriate. Can't be in a healing era with a narcissist. That's not how it works. Well, the narcissist thinks they're in a healing era and they think that they're doing the healing era really well. So technically, you've been waiting for this clown to pop up. Hello, Regan. Regan? Yeah, that looks right. Yeah.
But instead, she chooses to purposely sabotage her own show. And while all of that's happening...
This is so crazy to me. I'm sorry, but this photo, like, I have so many thoughts. First of all, the fact that Emily has used this picture, I think this is her, I don't know if it's, I don't even fucking know where this has been used, but it's her profile picture somewhere, might be Discord. The fact that Emily has posted this picture and made this picture her profile picture is really funny. It happens sometimes in friendship groups, I've done it before, where you take a picture with a mate and your mate looks a bit shit, but you like how you look, so you're like, oh, they won't care, and you use the picture anyway. And I think that's what's happened here. Emily's obviously looked at this and been like, oh, I like how I...
You know what? No shade, my nuggets. Seriously. And actually, this probably speaks a lot more to my hermit-like lifestyle, but I've never actually done that to a friend. I really haven't. I think that tells us a lot about Rachel. Yeah, Nutty not just picked Amber, but doubled down and came for a visit. Yeah, as far as we know. Yes, I saw that, Darkwick. ALR got her in show called Hero and it's tanking less than 200 views per stream. Oh, dear. She'll never learn, will she? It relentlessly picks the wrong option. Rachel too, actually, for that matter. Hello, Heather. You've never done that either? No, look, yeah, I'm not going to shade people that done it. I don't know your situation. I'm just going to say I wouldn't do that.
I look, and then Amber's there looking horrendous, and Emily's like, well, we'll use the picture anyway because I look good. That's what this picture...
Oh, subtext there. Sorry, I nearly missed that. Subtext here is that Rachel thinks Emily looks really good in this photo. Anybody else share that sentiment? Because my initial response was, in fact, hello, filters. They are working overtime. But that, yeah. No, Rachel, I don't know about that because I actually love my friends. Rachel likes this photo of Emily. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to leave that there.
Picture is giving. So funny, so funny. And just seeing them together and knowing that they're in the same place after everything that's gone down between them. Like the person on the right, Amber, has accused the person on the left of letting her cat out, kicking her, like so much stuff. And here they are acting like they're happy and, you know, they're in their healing era. It's hilarious. This is why I love...
Okay, so we're at least still being one-sided. So she said Amber has accused Emily of all of these things, but she didn't also go into all of the things that Emily has accused Amber of. Veronica, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Rachel doesn't have kids, so maybe her philosophy degree didn't teach her that the number one rule no one should do is talk about people's children. To be fair, I don't have children either, and I feel like I don't want to talk about other people's children. No, Wrinkle. Are you okay? I'm not reading that. Did we ever figure out why Rachel quit wearing makeup like she used to? I think it was just part of a rebrand that she was doing. I really do. I think she went for the clean girl aesthetic. That's all. Chicken butts for Veronica, yes. I believe so. Yes, I think she did skip the entire ethics module.
Love Girl World, because I know we take it seriously sometimes, but it's just funny as fuck. As if somebody could come to your house and treat you and your daughter like this, and then you would know there's no future with them, talk to a reaction channel such as myself, tell me that...
Wow, yeah, Veronica, you weren't wrong. So Veronica gave a little spoiler at the beginning and said that she speaks about the daughter three minutes in, and we're pretty much bang on 3 minutes in. So this narrative, because Rachel has been extremely inconsistent with how she views this situation. Like, is Emily the victim? Is Amber the victim? Are they both the victim and perpetrator? And today it seems that we're back to Emily being the victim, and we're seeing this one-sided again. Demi, it's funny tea. Quote unquote tea. Yep. And we can't forget that. Has she changed her eyebrow makeup? I don't remember what her eyebrows looked like before, to be honest. Proudest moment of Rachel's life, getting into the mud with random public figures. Correction, going sewer spelunking with random public figures. It's so much more than just getting into the mud. What she's done is meddling. It's inappropriate, it's too close, and it's downright rude. And I'm thinking, oh, it's actually my husband's and I's 16th wedding anniversary today. It's cool. That's long, right? And every time I think about the meddling that Rachel gets into with this relationship, regardless of who these two people here are, regardless of these two, it's still meddling in a relationship. And how dare she do that? How dare she try and break that up? That is not her place. It's creepy. It is. Thank you so much. Thank you. Together 18, but married 16. Yes, sewer spelunking is the term that I'm attempting to coin here. It's not just touching the poo, it is sewer spelunking. Thank you so much, everybody. It's been a while. It's good.
That you hate this individual and that there's no future between you, and you regret ever having spent time with them, and you're actually disgusted by how they look. And Emily told me this, she's disgusted by the part of her that's attracted to Amber, and now here we are.
Rachel. Oh, we've really leaned into the lol cow, haven't we? We're just, look, and that's a valid tactic. I'm okay with it. Honestly, it makes for entertaining streams for us. But, sorry. In capital letters. Vera, did you tell your husband that Rachel has a philosophy degree? I did not tell him that today. It gets worse. Oh, no. Yes, exactly, right? Hello, Dead Not Sleeping. Oh, and hello, Moab. I missed. Had to throw in the and Emily told me this, yeah. And that's why I kind of think that it's part of her predilection is the puppet master thing, because she really loves being in the middle of this. Like, really loves it. No. I'm not going to read this out loud. But no. That should be his anniversary gift, Rachel info. I am sure he'll be thrilled. Thank you so much, everyone, for the lovely wishes. Hello, Miranda. So glad you can catch a live tonight, even though you should be sleeping. Oh, no. Maybe I can be your nighttime sounds. Yes, Veronica, I agree. You think she's trying to get Emily to contact her and that's why she's mentioning the child. I agree. I think all of this is bait for contact. I really do. I think she knows that, she's got evidence to say that Emily responds to this kind of thing. And the fact that this is coming out like shortly after the visit, I think the visit's over with Amber. I don't know. I assumed something would happen around this time, and I'll also make a little reminder, my nuggets, that April is the month of the next giant cluck up that I'm expecting. We are on schedule for one.
We are expected to believe that they're like playing happy families. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
There's also been a lot going
my
on
God.
behind the scenes this week. So while everything felt paused, Amber was busy, and Emily made sure everyone saw it.
Yeah, look, all these pictures Emily's taking. So true, Apathetic says here, Emily made sure everyone saw it, and she absolutely has. And that is what's so wild to me. She goes back and forth between, Emily this is, wanting to be in Girl World and not wanting to be. And when she does want to be, she contacts reaction channels and she puts her opinions and thoughts out there and gives interviews and such. And then all of a sudden she'll change her mind. And then she'll go back to it again. And it's really odd. She privacy struck me multiple times for using her face in thumbnails and videos. And now she's here publicising her face again. It's so weird. I think the
Yeah, because that's part of her deal. That makes perfect sense to me. I've used Emily's face quite a few times in thumbnails. I haven't been privacy struck. Although I can't say that I'm ever particularly nasty towards Emily either. I've given her the benefit of the doubt as far as we can, to a point. But yeah, no, this is part of the weird relationship dynamic that they've got going on. Rachel's sure doing a good job of trying to derail herself. Yeah, she always has, really giving scorn decks, and she continues to, even though we're like, sorry, accidental click there, like 7 months later, we're still very immersed in this. And when I realized that there was a new video that Rachel had released and I see Emily in the thumbnail, I'm like, of course it is. Actually, good point. Have we seen proof of her degree? No, we haven't. It's just on her, like, see this? Philosophy graduate talks shit. It's literally on her banner. That's the proof we've got. Yeah, Rachel has a weird love-hate relationship with Emily. It's the whole thing, I think, has layers of predilections, different types. I think they all, three of them, really love the drama. And I for some reason, like, I understand getting a hyperfixation on a person. And I think if you're the sort of person who tends to get hyperfixations, you do generally want to be quite careful about having them on people. But it does kind of look like that's what's happened here. And then it's gotten into a weird obsession territory. And then it's gotten into, like, IRL stuff. So it's, yeah. She's young done honey bun 2.0. Yeah, that parallel has been made a lot. Actually, someone on my Discord, which, by the way, if you're a member, head on over to the Discord. If mods wouldn't mind dropping that tutorial link, if you've still got it, yeah, definitely head on over there. But somebody said that someone has done a historical kind of deep dive on young dumb honey bun, and I don't know much about her. I'd be really interested to see the parallels. Hello, spoilt kitty. To you too. She's talking about Emily the way we used to talk to friends about someone we were crushing on choosing someone else. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Bee Thimbles, your current hyperfixation is watching octopus documentaries. How smart are they? They're amazing. Don't get me started. I'm going to keep playing. I will go on a whole side quest there.
The way she blows hot and cold with Girl World is actually probably a perfect example of how she blows.
Oh, meh. Yeah. Predilections gets you every time. YouTube is so odd with its censoring. Some days ago, I heard cancelled the live subscription. In my last, no, not my last Rachel video, the one before that, went into a full-on deep dive into these predilections, and it was fine with that, but cannot say Eugenia's condition not even once. Not even the name of it, not even the generic name of it, not any association with the name of it, but predilections is fine.
Hot and cold with Amber herself. That's kind of my
Thank
theory.
you,
The way
Darkwick.
she's like, she wants in, then she doesn't, then she does. I really think that that's what's going on. Oh, it's her. I just realised. Sorry, it's Emily's TikTok picture that we're seeing here. But yeah, it's so weird. It's like, do you want in or do you not? Very strange.
Because not only did she post a bunch of new pictures, she also started responding to comments. She's saying things like, worth every mile, every time, talking about how they've been
So crazy. Worth every mile, every time is fucking wild. Her name is okay then. That's so funny. Worth every mile, every time. So what do you mean? Like the previous time when you drove her back because she was so abusive in your home that you couldn't spend time with her and couldn't handle her and didn't want to wait for her parents to come and get her. So you drove her home at your own expense.
Oh, thank you so much, Naomi, for gifting a membership to Irish Spanish Rose. Congratulations. Head on over to the Discord. It's a lot of fun, actually. It is. I'm working very hard to make sure that it's a safe environment for everyone. I'm being very diligent about certain problems that Discord can attract. And I've got some very good mods, so yeah. She does, actually, Layla. That's an interesting insight. She does drop a lot more F-bombs when she's talking about Emily. Yes, there's layers that we could analyze here, isn't there? I believe that an octopus has deeper philosophical, a deeper inner, sorry, oh, I can speak. I believe that an octopus has a deeper philosophical inner world than Rachel. I think you're right.
And you're angry with her, or at least when I spoke to you, Emily, she was angry with Amber because Amber owed her thousands of dollars for that trip. Now all of a sudden it's worth it every mile, every time. Like, can you imagine the fetish this woman must have for the legs? Like, have you ever been so horny that you've done something this stupid? Like, your fetish.
Darkwick, thank you so much. 5 gifted memberships. I don't know why the alert noise. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Thank you so much, Regan, Casvin, Shins, Commander Shep, and Tabitha. Congratulations. Thank you so much, Darkwick. Thank you so much. More chickens for the coop. Yes, welcome to the clocking crew. And my members only videos are gradually getting more and more shadow banned by YouTube. They're dropping. They are still there. I think I need to make a like a playlist maybe, or have a list of links somewhere. They are there, but they're not advertised.
This is so intense that you will put up with all of the stuff that you've told us about Amber just so that you can have those legs. Like, it's wild to me. This is the best TV show ever.
been through so much
Oh, I agree. I agree. This is the best TV show ever, and I'm ever so grateful that Rachel came back.
together, and how if they can get through that, they can get through anything.
I mean, it's so wild. Like, we've been through so much, and if we can get through that, we can get through anything. What does that even mean? You know, this is going to age really badly when she finally finishes with Amber forever, which she eventually will, because Amber is evil, toxic, as we all.
Amber's evil and toxic. So let's not forget that although I do agree that Amber is very toxic and I would not in any way want to invite her into my life, not even adjacently like Rachel has. But let's not forget that Rachel did an entire video dedicated to talking about how Emily is a feeder. What that means, even though I do want to say we do not have definitive proof that Emily is an active participant in this predilection. She might be. I don't know. That's all I'm putting out there. But Rachel did a whole video talking about that. And then you want to say that Amber is evil and toxic. But you're talking about somebody that you yourself has said wants to unalive somebody because of their sexual preference. Can anyone make this make sense to me? That's absurd. I can't even begin to logic that out. Rachel is just as toxic. Yes, absolutely. I don't think she sees it though. Yes, for everybody who just got gifted memberships, I was just reading Shin's there. The link that the mods are putting up is a tutorial. It's like 3 steps on how to link your YouTube account to your Discord. If you're still having trouble after that, just send me a friend request on Discord and I'll invite you into the server. I'm Vera the Chukin. Shoot me a friend request. I'll sort it out after the stream.
You'll know, Emily will go back to reaction channels because she in fact does like the attention and being in the spotlight. And I think when that happens, it won't be to me because I'm not fucking speaking to her, but whoever she does talk to, I literally can't wait for the new tea that we're all inevitably going to get. I've decided that I can touch the poo once a year and I've done it for this year, so Emily can fuck off, but...
Nuggets, what am I supposed to do with this? Once a year? No, Rachel, you're not touching it once a year. You are bathing in it regularly. In fact, you are still bathing in it because I believe the intent on this is to bait a reaction. That is still touching the poo. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, so she has technically done it already this year. I think she will probably not be able to help herself and do it again fairly shortly. Like, I couldn't write this stuff. If I was, like, saying to Rachel behind the scenes, I'm not. That would also be touching the poop, just putting that out there. But if I was to say to Rachel, okay, look, I want you to make a certain video that I can react to that will make a really fun stream, this would be it. I couldn't write this better. Oh, that's a good point, Des. You found that disconnecting your YouTube from Discord and reconnecting it helped join the Discord. Also, everyone, if you've just been gifted the membership, they don't sync immediately. Like Discord checks with YouTube at intervals, so it might just be a little bit too soon, but we'll get you in there one way or another. I'm really happy to see that everybody's so keen. I love that.
Maybe in 2027. You just never know.
No, it'll be this year. It'll be within the next couple of months. Mark my words.
Another viewer asks, so even after flirting with reaction channels, y'all are still together? Emily has the audacity to say, we weren't together when that happened. We've done our healing and we're in a really good place right now.
I mean, first of all, this whole narrative that me and Emily flirted, I know it's my fault because I said in the video, oh yeah, I did flirt with Emily, which I technically did because I wanted to know, the information. I wanted that.
Flirted to get the tea.
Rage video so badly. I was blinded by how badly I wanted that rage video. She literally said she was disgusted by Amber, and yes, I am stirring the pot right now, but I do not give a single fuck. It's all fun and games. Let's just have a laugh. I think
I'm okay with that. She's leaning into it. I actually think she's being fairly honest about that at the moment. Not the, I'm not going to touch the poo again this year. That's not being honest. She may intend to do that, but that's not going to happen. But like, yes, it was your fault that we've all fixated on that you flirted to get the tea because you said, yeah, I flirted a bit because I wanted to get the tea. And then she followed up saying, I should just have this clipped so I can just bring it up and play it because we talk about it so often. But then she said, and it wasn't even that bad because if you saw it, you'd be like, oh, okay, but she's never shown us the flirting so that we can go, oh, if she had have done that, this would all be a non-issue. So by addressing it and then not following up with it, she's allowed our imaginations to run wild, and boy, have they. Why is Rachel still doing this? Because she loves it. She loves it so much. This is her passion. We were on a break. That's hilarious, Chris. Yep. Show us the flirting, cigarette included. Yeah, because let's not forget that Rachel also made it known that she is really into watching people smoke, which I've since learned is actually a really common thing. There's a lot of people out there that like that. But then she had Emily offering to send her a smoking video. So now we're not just flirting, we're actually getting into sexual kind of territory. That is adjacent to tone pecs, if you will. Almost.
The flirting is like the least of her worries. She should be worried about the stuff she sent me, what she said, and the way that her reputation is now in tatters because she's so turned on by the size of Amber. She's willing to be with somebody who literally lied and accused her of DV, accused her of letting her cat out, etc. I think, like, how desperate can you be? I honestly think Emily and Amber are more similar than, like, we realised. I think the two are...
Okay, so again, we could really sub out Rachel talking about this for Rachel talking about herself. You know, so late, was this covered? What is her hair doing? We have not covered her hair. I'm not sure. I don't know. Yes, exactly, Shins. Rachel's reputation is the one in tatters, projecting much. Exactly. Hello, Miss Paw. Hi, nice to see you in alive. Usually replay nugget.
Of them are cut from the same cloth, but they've gone opposite ends with it. I think that Emily is like avoidant and distant and blows hot and cold, and Amber is like anxious and clingy, and the two together, it's a match made in hell. Sorry, I'm talking so much in this video. Let's carry on.
And then when
Oh, good point, Nutty. Mic drop. She flirted with Emily. How desperate can she be?
people asked if they were engaged, she said, someday. So, I guess...
mean, sorry, I'm speaking over apathetic, but someday.
Do you have feelings about that, Rachel? Does anybody else here in the chat have any manner of investment as to whether somebody like Emily and somebody like Amber wind up getting married? Does anybody care, like, on any sort of personal level? I feel like Rachel has some feelings about it. Yes, Veronica, I agree with that. Rachel talks about Emily like she's met her in real life. She really does. And it's like, because they've had these in-depth conversations, she believes everything that Emily has told her. But all we've seen from Emily is that she's an extremely unreliable narrator and historian, and tends to kind of just say things to get the attention because that's part of it for her. Only Rachel. It's really funny. My mind moves so quickly. Sometimes I ask questions in the live, forget that I've asked them, and then see all the answers popping up. I'm like, what? Oh, right, yes. Yeah. Yeah, you don't care personally. It's Emily's life. It's Amber's life. If people get married, they get married. The only kind of input that I have... Naomi, thank you so much for gifting another membership to Ashley Marie. Congratulations. Thank you. Very generous. Yeah, the only kind of take that I have on it is I do genuinely feel like both of those people are fairly toxic people with deep issues, and I'm kind of relieved that they're occupying each other with their time and nobody else innocent is being caught up in it. Veronica, thank you so much for being a member, being a clucker, I should say, for 2 months. I really want to know what Rachel's girlfriend thinks about her Emily obsession. Do you know what's interesting now that you say that? I've just realized that in my mind, I've kind of assumed she's not there anymore. I have no basis for that at all. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, wrinkle, same. I don't know, just a feeling. Nothing more to it at all. I don't have any inside information or anything. It's just a feeling. But yeah, I feel bad for that girlfriend and everything that went down. Unless they'd had an explicit discussion, like an adult discussion about, I'm going to do this, are you okay with this? And the girlfriend said yes, that would be different. But yeah. Hey, Southern Benita, it's late. Go to sleep. Thanks for popping in. Hey, computer. Oh, the episode Rachel's girlfriend went upstairs and never came down. That sounds ominous.
She literally said to me that she hates Amber. Like, she said she can't believe she ever gave her any of her time. I think the fact that Emily, after everything that she's been through with Amber and done and said, and all the reaction channel interviews and everything, it's absolutely incomprehensible to me that she would say...
Sorry, can I just say, sorry to keep pausing her, it's just that she's kind of delivering these bombs one after the other. Spicy Ginger, another gifted membership. Thank you. Who got it? Did it go? Ah, there, Michaela Fox. Congratulations. Thank you so much. If mods wouldn't mind at all just dropping that link from time to time on how to link your Discord with your YouTube. Not super frequent, just now and then. Thank you. Oh dear, what was I saying? She's dropping bombs. Oh yes, so in this scenario, forget who they are. Let's just say, if you're talking to somebody and you're having a little bit of a love thing going on, a little bit of flirtation, a little bit of romance, and that person says that they hate their ex and, they really can't stand them and they think they're disgusting and all of that, and then that person gets back with their ex, what does that say? It's like, I don't know. Just to frame it away from these people, these particular actions, like that to me sounds like a little bit of something. Yeah, the farms did dox Rachel's girlfriend. Yeah. Guess it's real then. Sorry, you guys are very funny. I got caught up reading. I know I say
someday when asked if she's gonna marry Amber. It's fucking crazy. And that was one of the things that got all hyped up while I was gone. Amber daubed her finger with a little bit of bingo dauber ink at Glow Bingo, and it looked like an engagement ring, and everybody thought they were engaged. I imagine that might come up in this video. Let's keep watching.
That means a proposal is on the table at some point. And I'm not gonna lie, the idea of Amber as a stepmom is a lot. So apparently
the thing about Amber as a stepmom, that's just a little tiny comment from Apathetic, but it's a bloody good point. Amber was allegedly vile about Emily's child, didn't want her to go to Disney, was pissed at her for spending money on her child, was jealous and everything. I think the concept that Amber could kind of allow Emily's love to be spread, or her love and attention to be spread between herself and Emily's actual child is a laughable idea. There's no way.
So I find this plausible from somebody like Amber, having known people like Amber, having witnessed Amber. I do find that plausible from her. I do think that she is the sort that demands a lot of attention from the object of her affections. Why Rachel wants to talk about this is kind of what gets me. And she's talking about it, if you note, she's talking about it like she's been talking to Emily more recently, because the Disney trip was, what was that, like last month or maybe the month before, February or March, something like that. I've forgotten now. But Rachel, as far as we know, was only speaking to Emily like in November. This doesn't add up. So either they continue to talk and Emily is saying how possessive Amber is and that she doesn't want her going to Disney and things like that. February, thank you. Yeah. Or Rachel is just fantasizing in her head that this is what's happened. There's something wrong with this. Like, we have missing information. I just don't know what the missing information is. Rachel is behind. We already found the chook and truth. I'll try and dig it out because not everyone will have seen it. Oh, and hey, I just noticed this stream is stable. Yeah. Yes, Layla, this whole video is trying to convince Emily to leave Amber. And it's also trying to bait Emily to talk to her. Yes, that's right, Veronica. The email is from January. So, but she didn't show us in that email Emily saying that Amber didn't want her to go to Disney with her daughter. So there's either been more communication that we don't know about, or this is real projection and like possible delusion. I don't know. I'm just going to play this and locate something. I'll be back.
That would work. As we know, Amber needs to be the center of attention at all times.
Whole engagement rumors started when Amber popped into another live chat, and people thought they saw a ring on her finger.
Hello?
I mean, the fact that she's doing that, she's obviously just kind of baiting.
Okay, this was the truth that Cramlings was talking about. The truth. Cramlings is a very creative individual, and I appreciate it so much.
People into reacting with that Dob, and I think that's why I kind of laid off reacting recently, because I felt like I was kind of being played with. You know, she knows what she's doing it on purpose.
X-Files theme, new. Talk about an Easter egg. Cramlings, you make yourself laugh. You make me laugh as well. Cramlings is also being so kind as to add a bunch of new emojis as well, which I should have added the Easter ones to this stream as well. I forgot. I genuinely forgot it was still Easter. I'm sorry. But we have some new emojis, including a Raychick, as in a Rachel Chookin. Raychick.
And it's hard to react when you're kind of conscious that everything you say in your reaction is it gets a bit meta, because you're reacting to her trying to make you react, and it gets really hard. It's a weird kind of cycle. So that's partially why I didn't react recently. And
okay, so if I'm to get this straight, Amber's reacting to get Rachel to react. Rachel is reacting to get Emily to react. I think we got it.
Why I don't love this whole like engagement ring thing, because it's like she's trying to get people to talk about it and get all excited. So I almost feel like by doing so, we're just playing into her hand. The truth is that age 35, all Amber wants in the world is to be somebody's wife. That is her one true goal. She is desperate to be loved and accepted and be married to somebody. And Emily is never going to marry her. I promise you that. And I think this whole thing is just sad. We simply need to just...
This whole thing is sad. I agree with that. Reactception. Yeah, it does kind of come off. Yes, not sleeping. This is what I was going to say. Rachel is so jealous of the engagement. And do we actually know if there is? I don't think there is actually an engagement, but yeah, Rachel seems to feel a certain kind of way about this. You wondered if Rachel broke up. Also, hello, Easy Reacts. Haven't seen you in here before. Welcome. I wondered if Rachel broke up with her actual partner. It would explain why her obsession with Emily and ALR skyrocketed. I am kind of in the same boat as you. Veronica, thank you so much. I'm losing brain cells listening to Rachel's PS. I know, but isn't it make you feel like you feeling better from it though? I feel like this is your night. This is all for you. Yes. How do you know Rachel Emily might be a masochist? I don't know. I promise you that. Yes, it's spoken like, I don't know. Because, like, it's one thing to say that I really don't think so. I would predict that that doesn't happen, but I promise you that sounds so much closer to the situation. Computer blue. No. That's naughty. I'll giggle at it, but I won't say it.
Just keep watching and keep waiting, and eventually it will all unravel and Emily will come back to a reaction channel and we'll all get the tea again, because this is an embarrassing performance of love. Neither Amber nor Emily behave the way that one...
Sorry? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Who here has been deeply in love and has exhibited said love between the partners in extremely embarrassing displays? I feel like if love is not coming out in embarrassing displays, then it's probably not true love, right? But like, what? Who says that? This is an embarrassing display of love. Who is she to say that? Mods. Oh wait, I'm a mod.
behaves when they love somebody.
What channel are you talking about, Wrinkle? Are you talking about the Discord? Let me know what you're talking about. I should be able to solve your issues.
Bye, love you, bye.
She's like a little child, like she's all hyped up and excited and high on that first kind of flurry of love, that sort of attention and love bombing that you see between two people. And it's happening again. It happened when Emily went to...
Keita Keats, I guess British love is boring. Or an alternate perspective, maybe Rachel love is boring.
see her the first time, and it's happening now. These two individuals haven't seen each other in a year. They don't know each other. You know, when you live with somebody and you get to know them and you love them and you have a long-term relationship, you kind of learn how they feel and how they smell and how they behave and what things bother them and who they are deep down. But this is not that. I don't think this is a good example of a real relationship.
So just a little bit of context here, and I think I'm getting the Tay bedtime message. Just a little bit of context here. What Rachel is speaking about is, of course, once again, exclusively from her own perspective. And in her mind, long-distance relationships are completely fictional and imaginary. She said that in one of her videos. We've gone through that. What she's describing is an in-person relationship. It's going to be different. Sorry, I was just reading Wrinkle. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be different if it's a long-term relationship. A long-distance relationship, right? I don't know. I don't love that. Now, do you want to listen to Rachel, or do you want some Chook and Snack Crew videos? I don't think I'll be very long. I expect Tay will not take long to get into bed. Any choices, Snack Crew or Rachel? Snackies. Snack Crew. All right. I wanted to play I wanted to play Ziggy's one. I wonder if I can rearrange these. Yeah, maybe. Okay. All right. I'll leave you with this one. Okay, this is my first ever official Chook and Snack Crew video, and I want to say an extra big thank you to Amy who made this possible. So it was super obvious to me who I was going to choose first for this, and that is my most recent rooster rescue that I've done. His name is Ziggy, and he is a little bantam rooster. He's a silky crossed with something, but his history is basically he was abandoned in the wild, went through cyclone force winds in a really brutal storm, had girls with him that he was looking after, and then he was trapped and rescued by a farmer in the area, and they found him to be too aggressive, and so then we were contacted and we're like, yep, we've got room, we'll take him, let's get him in here. Turns out when we got him, he was severely malnourished, and a big reason for that is because this boy puts his girls ahead of everything else. They eat first, they get the treats, he looks after himself last. He unfortunately had a really bad infestation of scaly leg mite that was really close to causing lameness, where he wouldn't have been able to walk anymore, and that would have basically ended his life. And he was riddled with other parasite and fungal infections as well. So he is now a really healthy weight and a very happy boy. We got him some new girls because unfortunately the farmers did not want to let us have the hens that he was bonded to, but he's taken to these girls really well. So something about Ziggy is that although this treat is for him, I'm going to also have to let his girls have some, because for Ziggy, giving him a treat is for him to give it to his girls, and that's just the way it is. But he has turned into such a snuggly boy. He does have some PTSD. Unfortunately, really bad winds is one of his triggers, and we're having that at the moment. So that's why I'm doing a voiceover rather than, letting you hear him and things like that. But as expected, he picked up a piece of walnut and immediately just wanted to give it to his girls and wouldn't let up. So I let him take as much as he was going to, and then we need to release the raptors. These girls are full on. They actually do a really good job of balancing him because they are just no fear. They have never lived a single bad day in their entire life. They don't know what predators are. They have no survival instinct. And meanwhile, this boy just wants to protect them from everything. But their lightness, I think, has really done a lot to help rehabilitate his psychological needs. And he's doing really, really well. He's at a really healthy weight. You can see he looks good. His feathers are glossy. Unfortunately, he does have some permanent damage from the scaly leg mite infestation, but nothing that is going to impede his life. He needs some moisturizer from time to time, but he loves the foot rubs, so that's okay. So big thank you to Amy. We really, really appreciate you. Ziggy loved this, and yeah, so did his girls, as you can see. This is January Snack Crew thanks to Amy and Emlyn, and they are sponsoring Little Axel and Tiny Kylie. Little Axel, he is a rooster that we technically rescued. I consider it a rescue. It's not that he was in a bad situation, but something bad would have happened had he not found a home. So he came along as a rooster for Salt and Pep. But we quickly found out that little Axel is in fact all lover, no fighter, and he needed a few more girls, hence the Kylie and Danny additions. He has absolutely no fight in him. He's all sweet boy, to his detriment sometimes, but he's very good with his girls. And one time, a baby rabbit did in fact enter the coop, and he decided to take his chances and, test out his bravado on this baby bunny, and he did his biggest and bestest collar flex and he did a crow at it, and the baby bunny was in fact unfazed. So that's what he's got in regards to, rooster defense, but he's such a gentle boy. So little Kylie is Danny's sister, and we covered Danny a couple of Snap Crews ago, but she is a little splash silky that we got, as I mentioned, for Axel to add to his coop. Hello! Oh, Miss Paw, thank you so much. Oh, falling for Ziggy. Thank you. That's really generous of you. Yeah, I love the chickens. Yeah, the noises they make. Yeah, he is. Actually, he's a little cutie patootie. He's very tiny. He's a good boy. Get yourself a man that'll treat you like Ziggy. You're not wrong. He is good with them. Oh man, I had to rescue a cockatoo last week. Ziggy was gonna straight up kill it. It had managed to, because I don't know if you can see from these, we have fencing up that kind of keeps them from getting into their own territories, and the cockatoo must have been scratching about on the ground and got caught in the net, and I managed to get it out of the net, and it started to stroll off, and Ziggy was gonna go it. I'm like, oh gosh, I need to save this thing again. Yeah, he's fierce. Axel sounds like you as a rooster. He's such a chill dude. He's such a little character. Oh no, can we get a shout out for Dead Not Sleeping's Mars Fallen Chickens? Oh no, what happened? Did I miss it? Is it sad? Oh, it's gonna make me sad. Oh no, lost half of her chickens to a predator today. Yeah, definitely give chicken. I'm sorry, Dead Not Sleeping. That's rough. It's why I like to have a rooster in every coop, because it's rough. How many chickens do I have? 15 in total at the moment. Chicken math is a thing, my nuggets. You love Snack Crew? Yeah. I know, I always give the option, and you always want to watch the Snack Crew. I've got to record another one actually for last month's Snack Crew supporters. They've got corn on the cob, which they haven't had before, and I'm very excited to give it to them. Oh, Dead Not Sleeping. I bet he was a good boy, and I bet he tried really hard. To Valhalla. Oh, absolutely, Darkwick. Yes, I would consider having peacocks. Not where we are at the moment. I kind of am pushing the extents of what's welcome. But yes, absolutely. I also would really like guinea fowl, and I would also really like a guard goose. Like, really want a guard goose. Anyway, let's go back to Rachel. Thank you, everybody.
Because when these two see each other, they just perform for a little while, they get all the dopamine, they love bomb each other, and then they split up again. I know that long distance relationships can work, and I've got no problem with that whatsoever, but this to me is not that. Also, my God, how much does Emily look like Justin Bieber? It's funny. It's actually like laugh out loud, ha ha funny. It really is.
Is it? Is this funny? I'm not seeing a funny.
Who is back at her throne? She had an amazing week.
Sorry, was that just really loud? I don't think she balanced that well. Sorry about that.
With, obviously the love of her life. She was able to relax. We've had so much happen in the past 2 weeks to us. Amber's had a lot happen in the past week for her. Amber!
Sorry.
Amber, welcome back!
Yeah, sorry everybody. That was Rachel's mixing. I didn't change my volume. Is that okay now? Oh, yeah. You remember like 2014, every single lesbian on the planet was compared to Justin Bieber. Yeah, if they were masked in any way, pretty much. We shall coin the term. What is the what? Oh, gentle chicken. Oh, I love that.
Hey.
You look dashing. Look at you.
Mm.
Is it the puppy or the cat?
It's my cat.
Oh, we got the cat. We got a cat moment.
Gross. The whale is here.
Don't be so mean. We love Amber here. This is Amber's show.
I mean,
Everyone
the fact that Tech would say that and go, we love Amber here, he fucking doesn't. He fucking hates her. If you watch the content from Fat Camp when they were talking and going through all the stuff that happened, he made it exceeding.
Well, loving having her there is a matter of perspective, I'll just say. Because it is possible that he cannot like Amber as a person and not like interacting with her, but does like the amount of attention that she brings the show. Yeah.
Clear that he has no patience for her and he absolutely hates her, and this is just him at work trying to make a show. And that's why I find watching the LCU content, particularly Locale Bus, quite difficult, because it's not real. You know, what you're watching these people do is not a real representation of how they really feel, and Tech is a perfect example of that. And that's why reacting is difficult, because you don't want to get too meta about it, but you're watching somebody in a show where they're playing a version of themselves, speaking particularly about Amber. You know who they really are, and sometimes it shines through, but sometimes it doesn't, and it's hard to watch and analyze, and just also like kind of boring. And I think that's why I think the Amberverse is going to crumble if she stays in the LCU. I hope she doesn't, but we're going to have to watch and find out.
we need to recognize it.
I'm inclined to agree. I don't know. Like, I feel like the longer that Amber stays in the LCU, the less likely she's going to see success after it.
Amber's show. Carlos also dropped in. Why ALR already got a stank face? Come on, girl. She's getting back into the groove of it, okay? It's going to take some time. You know, the bus show takes a lot out of you, okay? She's getting...
Fuck off. I'm sorry. You know what takes a lot out of you? Construction, waiting tables, working in the food service industry, being a nurse or a doctor, working as a binman, filling potholes, working in a shop, in a factory, or in some kind of warehouse, stacking shelves. That stuff takes it out of you. You know what doesn't take it out of you? Sitting on your ass, chatting shit on the internet, and being paid handsomely for it.
So that's twice, 2 different times now that the first thing that Rachel thinks of for a job is to do with like bar staff or being a waiter of some description. I wonder if that's her day job. Oh, this isn't the one where she laughs at the rarity joke. I did see that on our Pathetic Facts' channel as well. Tech is just being professional because in a professional setting, you want co-workers to stay and do their job. Yeah, of course.
Include myself. What I'm doing right now does not take it out of you. You just sit there and chat shit. It's easy as fuck. And Amber has never worked a real day in her life. And I can't be doing with all this coddling that they do of her. It's so annoying.
I do agree with her there. I do agree that this job, generally speaking, is a lot easier than like other traditional jobs that I've had. Although I will say that if you edit more than what Rachel does, if you actually do, you know, fancy cuts and actually bring stuff on the screen, basically what she's done here, the extent of this editing is she's got one channel of her, and then she's overlaid another channel of this video, and then she's just scaled this one down. So the editing is not very extreme, but it can get harder work the more you edit, if that makes sense.
Ready to be back in the mood, back in the fun times. Obviously, you know, we've had our differences. At the last Fat Camp was tough for everybody, right? A lot of drama came out of it about me, about you, about Fupa. We all
Just to say as well, a lot of the sort of drama that happened in Fat Camp, like Amber claims that the police turned up at her house, I think that is true. It looked like it did really happen, but so much of that was just absolutely milked for content. And there's no way of knowing how true it was, how real it was, whether or not it was worth reacting to. So that's partially why I've just ignored all of the Fat Camp stuff, because I just don't think that any of it was genuine. Him saying here that it was all, you know, exciting and dramatic. No, they're just trying to make a show. It wasn't. It was all fake.
I had to go through a lot of
Remember when Rachel said that she wanted to start doing videos that had meaning? Like that actually were saying something important to the world? She tried that for 2 videos.
tough conversations about how the show's going to be.
Yes. I just want to ask Amber how she feels about people saying that you orchestrated mine and Phantom's relationship for content on Bus.
That doesn't make much sense because I'm the one who kept calling it out, that it was not going to work out. So doesn't make sense to me, but okay. People think I'm smarter than I look, I guess. But speaking of smart, I think we should talk about dolphins. Dolphins are mammals. They breathe in the water and outside of the water.
Okay, so just to be clear, and I think this becomes clear anyway in a minute, but Amber is basically trying to sabotage her show. Looking at this LCU art from a slightly kind of extracted perspective, she did a show where she was running it on her own and Fupa and Tech weren't there, and the views were down, the earnings were down. I think it was the worst show that Lolcow Bus ever did, and I think Amber was humbled by that a lot, or if she wasn't, she should have been. It became extremely clear that people don't actually watch for her, they watch to see her get roasted, and I think that that was very obvious. And there was a show prior where she left, and then the hosts made more money in that time than they had ever made on a Lolcow Bus episode before, and it was all just hate donations. People
Did I? I think I fully zoned out what Amber said about dolphins. I heard her say, let's talk about dolphins, and then I remember nothing else. Did she define a sea mammal? Wow, that's an interesting thing my brain just did. You remember watching Rachel's channel when it was fairly new, and she categorically said that she'd never become a reaction channel because she found ALR too boring. And now she won't do anything else. If Amber's being boring, she just won't make videos, although I don't quite believe that, but that's what she's saying. You hope you're not the only one who appreciated the dolphin facts. Guys, she got diagnosed with ASMR. Give her a break. Fair. Aqua. I think it's very meaningful for Rachel to talk about how deep it is for people to play nice with co-workers they hate, something that couldn't have existed before LCU.
will put their hand in their pocket to show their hate for Amberlynn, and I don't think that that makes sense. I don't think you should be paying any money to the LCU. That's exactly what they want, that's what they're doing, and you have to kind of see through that, I guess. But people get angry and they donate because they want their voice heard, but that's the LCU's business model. That's why lolcows work, right? Amber goes on here to talk about dolphins, and she's basically trying to sabotage her first show. It gets really strange. I actually like dolphins and found some of the facts quite interesting, not gonna lie. Let's watch a bit more. I'm gonna put on some lip gloss while they talk.
Okay, is that what you want to talk about for dolphins? Okay, I love dolphins. Yep. If I with it, I think they're great creatures.
I look nasty. Thank you. They breathe through a blowhole. They have to go to the surface.
That's true. That's true. They do breathe air. They don't breathe water.
Dolphins like give birth to life.
Veronica. Oh, that's a banger. Rachel is triggering my OBCD and ASMR. Thank you so much. That's hilarious. Oh dear. Oh, so we're gonna have a lot of fact checkers in here. That's not good. Obesity and ASMR can be deadly.
Babies, and they're called calves.
Okay. Oh,
The way she raised her eyebrows, like, they're called calves.
And they're called calves.
That was so funny. She sometimes she's funny.
Gerald the Dolphin is a reference to a South Park episode where someone became a dolphin. One of the dads, I think the Jewish dad, became a dolphin.
Look at her, man. What is she doing? Like, zoom out for a second with me, right? This is a person who had a 12-year, very, very successful YouTube career, who got demonetized and arguably has struggled to get monetized again after the fact. I think it's probably...
Is that arguable? I actually think she just hasn't applied. I don't think there's been a struggle because I don't think there's been an attempt. The monotone way Amber is talking is so annoying, acting like she doesn't care, but she does so much. Yeah. She's also giving, like, Disney villain at the moment. Can anyone see that? I'm thinking, like, somewhere between Maleficent and Ursula.
Probably been denied. We'll talk about that when it comes up, if it comes up. But this is what's happening now. She's sat here on a show with 2 other people. She's being forced to talk about stuff she doesn't care about. She's got no creative control. She's under the thumb of Keemstar, and she's trying to keep herself relevant. And the content is so rubbish, and surely she must know that, you know. I would take a what I eat in a day or a let's talk video all day long over this crap. I guess we're gonna have to just play the long game. I know those of you who like foodie are used to playing the long game. Somebody in particular I can think of that I know is like a massive foodie watcher has said multiple times, you know, these arcs can go on for a long time. They can go for like 3 years. Foodie was in Kuwait for like 2 years or something.
Yeah, but see, playing the long game, because I am also a mother clucker who likes to play the long game. I am exquisitely patient with things, and I will just wait it out. It's why I'm waiting out Rachel for every mistake that she's going to make. I know it's going to come. I just need to wait for it. But I don't think Rachel is an innately patient person, and I don't think that she will be able to see why that's a thing in Girl World. Quick cosplay of the evil queen. Disney descendants, maybe? Maybe Timo? Disney villain? Except Ursula is more likable. Oh, you went there.
Or we never thought she was going to ever come back, but she did. And I'm just hoping that that's what happens with Amber. I'm hoping that eventually she comes out of the LCU arc, and I'm going to keep my finger on the button, or on the pulse, not the button, on the pulse of this as time moves forward, because I can't, you know, I want to be there when we inevitably move.
Rachel's hair is triggering. She has no business criticizing anyone else with that forehead. Sorry to be mean. Although I dislike Amber, I also very much dislike Rachel. Yeah, we can have both. Also, hello, Velvet Vortex. I do wonder, I mean, like, no shade to a large forehead. I actually spent a lot of my life with a very large forehead. It seems to be shrinking as I age. I don't know what that means, but never mind. I wonder what she would look like if she fully committed to it and did, like, the slick back look. Or maybe like a side-swept fringe. Actually, she used to have a side-swept fringe, now that I think of it, in her younger years. You don't think Amber applied for remonetization because she had nothing to actually film? Housebound and unable to post food content. What's left? Legos! Unless she sold them all. Oh, are we fact-checking here? Yeah, so they don't breathe water. They drown if they do, regarding dolphins. But they can spit water through their blowhole. Like we can spit water. You think some well-shaped bangs could do Rachel wonders? I have a shrinking head. I don't know. Yeah, look, it used to be very, very large when I was very, very small, and it's less large now. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, sorry, but the hair is terrible. We cannot all be blessed with luscious locks, my nuggets.
into a different arc. This is just not the content that the people want. Let's be honest about it.
Dolphin because he felt like he was a trans dolphin person. Is that we're talking about, Bronny? Anyways, Amber, how are you feeling today?
I just full on snorted. Wrinkle. What is this? That's so mean. Shame. Funny, but shame.
I'm good. I'm great, actually.
Hell yeah.
But like dolphins, they swim within minutes of being born.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, what does she think? What, they're just born into the water and then they just lie there and don't move?
Unlike humans.
Because dolphins are born in the water.
Yep.
Yeah.
Amber, you're not smart.
Amber's smart. If she knew what an exponent was, like immediately.
Yeah, Velvet, I think this is a good take. No shade on large foreheads at all. Rachel is a mean girl who criticizes others, which is rich in my opinion. And I do hope that although we like to have a bit of a sass here, I do encourage well thought out sasses for sure. But none of this is a take on any other individual who may have similar like characteristics to Rachel. She's a horrible person who's done horrible things and seemingly is not learning from her cluck ups. And when she does, that'll be great. I'll be there to support that. But yeah. So Nikki T, hello. You made it. Hi. I've been spending some time in Nikki T. My mods, would you mind linking Miss Nikki T? I'm like kind of cranky behind the scenes because I'm seeing how many views you get on your lives and I'm seeing how many subscribers you have, and these two things do not equate. So I'm on a little mission. We need to give Nikki T some love. She's a fellow Aussie. Covers Rosie in exquisite detail.
Immediately when I asked her the first time I met her. Yeah.
Hello.
How are you? I heard you got engaged. Is that true?
No.
Okay, well, I came up here to give y'all some bad news because we got it received on Queens. We all have to pay thousands of dollars for damages done to the property at Fat Camp. So that means...
Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know, they went away to Fat Camp and they damaged the property like crazy and they've got to pay something like 50k in repairs. I can't stand Tina, so I'm going to do a little skip here. I really hope that Amber has to pay as well. I think she says here that she's not going to pay, but...
I hate to say, I'm actually quite grateful for that, Rachel. I appreciate that. I also can't stand her. Thank you so much, mods. Thank you. Definitely go give Nikki T a shot if you like a little bit of Rosie content. No, she's really good. What are we thinking of Rachel these days? What aren't we thinking?
Let's keep watching.
Tricks, solve problems. They can even cooperate in groups.
I love her. Bullets around here. I mean, good God almighty. What the
What's more interesting is the fact that dolphins can learn tricks, solve problems. They can even cooperate in groups.
I love her.
And I don't know if you knew this. Go ahead. Oh, you can go.
They travel in groups called pods.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think Amber came in and... Sorry, what was that, Tina?
We're really leaning into these dolphin facts. I mean, it's not bad, is it? And Nikki, didn't I tell you I'd take the night shift? You're dedicated to be streaming first thing in the morning. I get up and like for a good 3 hours, I really shouldn't be streaming. I really shouldn't. Ella got a wiki open. No, it'll be ChatGPT. ChatGPT, please give me strange facts about dolphins. Go.
How'd you get so knowledgeable on
Oh, I'm autistic. I'm just an autistic guy.
Me too.
I think Amber came.
This makes me think of Amber. One of the things that happened while I was gone was she was begging for an autism diagnosis. She kept saying there was a bit where she whispered.
Okay, so is this going to be the autism bit? I think given what we know about Rachel, I can almost with certainty say that something ignorant is about to happen. And I know that many of you are either autistic or you have loved ones who are autistic. So we're just going to take this with a grain of rice. It's Rachel. Okay. We're going to be triggered. It's happening. Lean into it, my nuggets.
To Tech, or says something like, I'll talk to you after the show. After Tech says something about him being autistic. And I know that Amber is desperate to be thought of as autistic. She wants that label. I think it's just a matter of time until she tries to claim it. She's subtly tried to claim it, and I think it's coming soon. Granted, I've been saying that for like a year, but also the reason she knows all this stuff.
You know who else has been saying that for over a year? Snowflake.
About dolphins is because she's asked ChatGPT, and she's got a screen right there full of dolphin facts, which also
copying me. I just said that.
So it makes me think about while I was gone as well, she used ChatGPT as like a character reference. So she says, I asked Chat to tell me what kind of person I am, because obviously she talks to ChatGPT a lot, and they gave her like this summary of who she is. Jawbone posted it on his page. I'll put it here. It's so funny. Have a read of it. Just the fact that she thinks that ChatGPT.
I'm just going to read this out because I don't think she's going to. So in 5 short sentences, what do you think of me? Be unbiased. Can ChatGPT be unbiased? I don't know about that. It's designed to keep you talking to it. You come across as very self-aware and open about your life, which is rare and compelling. You seem emotionally intense, especially in relationships, which can lead to both deep connection and conflict. You have a strong desire for validation and reassurance, but you also actively reflect on your own behavior. You're creative and motivated, especially when it comes to content and ideas. Though consistency can be a challenge. Overall, you feel like someone who is still figuring things out, but is very willing to be honest about that process. This is her therapist, isn't it? This is what she's doing. It's very, very concerning. Self-aware, yes. Amber cringe is amazing. It is. It's good when it's happening afar, like, at arm's length from you. If she's so self-aware, why would she need AI to tell her who she is? Oh dear. Yeah, ChatGPT is programmed to not offend and be positive, so people keep using it. And we also have some recent evidence that there is some programming going on which is problematic. Yeah, her honesty is blaming BPD. Bull. Yes, Velvet. The situation that's going on with Foodie and ChatGPT is deeply concerning. Really, I think it's one of the more concerning things that we've seen from her. You're trying to figure out what ALR wants the autism, why ALR wants the autism so bad. She's not autistic, I'm betting. It's just another thing though, isn't it? It's just another thing that she can put on her personality that she, can use to be quirky and different to everybody else, even though I'm pretty sure everybody is neurodivergent these days. Any neurotypical in the chat or in the replay, put your hands up because I don't think we're going to get any. We're all a little bit quirky. Yes, Dexla. It's like Pokemon. She's got to catch them all. Good point. $20 a month, not bad, but she can't even afford rent.
GPT is like a good way of assessing what kind of person she is. All that did was show that she uses ChatGPT way too much.
I'm just an autistic guy.
Me too.
I think Amber came in and she's like, I'm gonna ruin the show by doing dolphin facts.
See, the thing about Amber is she does actually exhibit some characteristics, especially of what females can look like when they're on the spectrum somewhere. But I think the most critical thing that we're looking at with Amber is that she does this mimicry of whoever she's around for an extended period of time. And here, I think Tech is the first autistic person that she's been around for any extended period of time. So now she's starting to latch onto that. And I really think it's nothing more than that. And it, you know, whatever she has, I think we can all agree there's something going on. We don't know what it is, but different people can see different aspects of themselves in it. But this, what do you call it? Like a chimera almost. I don't know, it's creepy. It's like a changeling kind of thing.
But I'm fucking loving it. I would much rather do a show talking about fun facts about dolphins.
So Amber spends basically the entire stream talking about dolphins, which okay, but this is also the same person who said she'd sabotage the show if Tech wasn't fired. And it kind of feels like that's what's happening here, except she also admits she's just really happy right now, like on cloud 9 after Emily just left, so it doesn't even come across intentional.
And how am I going to sneak when I have no leg attached to me? I'm in a wheelchair letting bugs bite me in my face for 7.
Oh, I do not like this woman. I really can't with this kind of woman. I know that there are some people that really enjoy her. She makes me feel despair for the future of humanity. Oh, good point. The only one who's got serious ADHD is Foodie, and she's the only one not trying to get diagnosed. The most and only interesting thing of the bus era is Amber showing her spectrum of behavior, honeymoon, arguments, silent treatment. Good point. Yeah, I don't know. I don't mesh well with people like this. I just don't. It makes me, I don't enjoy watching it either, but hopefully she won't be there for long.
7 hours.
Oh my God.
It was terrible, Amber. You would have hated it.
I know. There were moments where I had a little bit of FOMO, and then there were moments where I was like, I am so glad I'm not there. Like,
Yeah, I don't think that at any point Amber wished she was at Fat Camp, to be honest. It would have been way...
Nikki. She's a mother clucking bogan. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's the American version of it, isn't it? I know. I was just thinking that too. I got very excited when I saw that word.
too hard for her. She would have had to actually be around humans and function normally, which isn't something she can do.
Well, guess what? Everybody lost weight.
I was very proud about that. And to respond to the person about clickbaiting a ring, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Me and my girlfriend do this funny thing where every time we go to bingo, she'll put a dauber on my ring finger. It's just like a cute little thing that we do. I wasn't trying to like clickbait, no engagement. Like y'all are just weird and you ran with that yourself. So it made you look stupid more than anything.
How was bingo though? How was bingo with your girl? You have fun?
It was amazing. Yeah. It was like glow DJ bingo. It's so fun. I love it.
Yeah.
But you didn't get up and dance.
I didn't.
I mean, the fact that they went to bingo, like, cool, whatever, do your thing, I don't really care where you go. I think what's more concerning to me is that live that they did, that short little live when they were at bingo, Mama Lynn was there, and she says, oh, they're such a cute couple. But that's wild to me, because if Amber is to be believed, which granted, she never is, but Mama Lynn knows the drama and the history of what happened between her and Emily. She knows Emily is a feeder, because we know that Aunt...
And worse than that as well, Mama Lynn unfortunately has been hearing all of the bad stuff and potentially not all of the good makeup stuff either. So it's even worse than what's being described. Crambling's actually interesting question that is totally unrelated to your question. Do you use the term bogan in New Zealand as well? I know it can be used in the UK. I don't know if it has the exact same meaning. But we do have some Aussies in here. We do.
Tammy told her, And Mama Lynn is just happy for Amber to just be in this toxic relationship. And it's so crazy. Mama Lynn just enables Amber. It was like the clip we saw where they're driving and Mama Lynn says, oh, Amber can do the music as long as she's happy. As long as Amber's happy, that's all she cares about. And I think Mama Lynn, as sad as it sounds, she's going to have a life after Amber. Amber's 35. She's not going to live past 45, I don't think. No way. So Mama Lynn is going to continue her life with her daughter no longer alive. And I'm just wondering at what point is she going to take responsibility for the parts of that are her fault? And I think...
I don't really like this. So Mama Lynn is realistically... I don't expect Rachel to see this. I don't. I wish she would, but I don't expect it. Mama Lynn is really caught between a rock and a hard place here. Mama Lynn has done some really, really bad stuff to Amber's childhood that there is really no taking back and there's no making up for. That relationship was damaged and lost in the early years at this point. And I can see that Mama Lynn is still relatively recently sober. Any Amber law nerds in the chat, I feel like I want to say it's 7 to 10 years, something like that. So relatively, I mean, yeah, she's in it, but she's still in a place where she'll be needing to work on that. And obviously, as part of the recovery, she is... Sorry, wrinkle. This is what I get for looking at the chat while I'm trying to talk. Like the stream or you'll get sewer spelunked by Rachel. Stop it. 10 years, thank you. I'm not looking at you, wrinkles. Shush. What was I saying? Yeah, so Mama Lynn will also still be in the point of her recovery where she's probably trying to mend past relationships that she perceives she's broken. And she has let Amber down. Even if you believe half of what Amber says, she's let Amber down pretty badly in her life. And so now she's in this situation where she's got some kind of relationship with her daughter, which she clearly wants because she stays close to Amber. But she's also going to be in a position where she can't say anything to Amber because Amber will be, and we've seen evidence of this, holding the past over Mama Lynn's head. Oh, but you did this to me. Oh, but you weren't there. Oh, but you were on substances. It's a lose-lose situation for Mama Lynn. I don't necessarily think it's fair to say, when is she going to take responsibility for her part to play? I think that is so much more complex than just spitting out that sentence. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you think Mama Lynn is still trying to make the past okay for Amber by enabling her? Maybe, yeah. Just seeing her happy in the same room as her is probably a lot to her, yeah. And you don't think for a moment that if Mama Lynn started to try and guide a path of wellness, that Amber would just turn around and throw all of that history in her face? You think there's also the element that Mama Lynn gave one of her kids up for adoption, so there's one relationship she can never actually mend. It's Amber and her brother, who's maybe still in jail. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Speaking from experience, personal experience, when a close familial relationship like that is broken in the childhood and you reconnect as adults, as Amber and Mama Lynn have, it's not like you get all that time back. It's not like there's this automatic familial bond that just triggers and you're just, parent and child, mother and daughter, whatever the case may be. It doesn't work like that. You're just two adults meeting in life as two adults, and it's difficult. It's not the same as if you grew up together. Even if there was like an on and off situation, there was still substance involved, so it's just not the same. Yes, there are so many issues with that family, so much for them to unpack, but Rachel is oversimplifying it, as she tends to do, and I don't think it's fair. Also, Rachel calling others out about when are they going to take accountability is something from someone who flirted with a DV victim to get some tea. So well said, Furball. I love that. Rachel should enable herself to not be weird and wrong. Yeah. Oh, hello, clever nickname girl. Welcome. My mum is my best friend now, but she was never my mother. Too much missed time to ever see her that way now. Yeah, it's different, right? It's not, it can never be what it would have been if it had been like a mother-daughter situation all along. So, say what you want about Amber, but I can't help but roll my eyes when Rachel simplifies complicated family dynamics now that we know about hers. Yes. And I can't speak definitively, but what it does look like from the outside is that Rachel is in a very religious family, I mean like quite religious, who when their daughter actively turned away from the faith and separate statement also came out as a lesbian or at least bi or whatever she is, I don't know what she is, not straight, they seemingly accepted her. So she has some sort of family dynamic that is at least together enough to do that, you know, which is a lot more than a lot of us can say. Oh, good point. Weirdly, Amber's mum and Rosie's mum are opposites, but their big babies ended up the same. Yeah, they did. Thanks, Jenton. 120 plus live viewers. That's pretty good. My Rachel streams do tend to do that kind of thing. Hello, lurkers. Welcome. Thank you for being there.
Saying, oh, such a cute couple to your daughter and her feeder girlfriend who you've been told kicked your daughter and engaged in DV and let her cat out. You're then going to tell a
Oh, I love that. I said hello, lurkers, and one came out. Hello, Snoofle. Snoofle? Yeah, Snoofle. Hello. Glad you're here.
Anyway, this is what Amber says, and I imagine if she told the story to us, she probably told it to her mum. Her mum sits there and says, what a cute couple. Like, that is wild. And I know there'll be stuff that goes on behind the scenes.
No, it's not wild because of everything I just said. So she needs to be accepting of the partner that Amber is absolutely hell-bent on being with, because let's be honest, there is no talking Amber out of this relationship. So what is Mama Lynn gonna do other than say, what a cute couple, or whatever it was? I love that, clever nickname girl. I will always be a girl who didn't have a mum, but I no longer hold anger and resentment. It's possible to heal, but only if both people work for the right reasons. I love that so much. Oh, really? Your ma kicked you out at 16 when she kept getting whispers her kid was gay, but both parents were preachers and you were in the embarrassment. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's not okay to put your faith ahead of your parenthood. Darkwick, thank you so much. 5 more gifted memberships just went out. Keita, Snoofle, aren't you glad you spoke up? Congratulations, Velvet. Carrie and Daisy Girl, congratulations. There is a Discord waiting for you should you want to join. Thank you so much, Darkwick. You caught a Snoofle. Yeah, chicken butts in the chat or juicy peaches if you've got them. Thank you so much.
Scenes that we don't know about. Of course there will be.
Sorry, I shouldn't. This is going to keep playing. I should probably turn that alert noise off. Thanks so much, Darkwick, for linking that.
But the fundamental truths of who Emily is and what she's into doesn't change. And the fact that Mama Lynn isn't being critical, people on the internet, including myself, care more about Amber being harmed by this feeder than her own mother.
Okay, so now we've swung back around to Emily is the perpetrator because she's the evil feeder. I can't, I'm getting whiplash from her.
Does. I just think there's something really strange going on there between her and her mum.
Fupa, where the fuck did you go?
I could sit here, do a little bit of a jig, but it's not the type of dancing that I used to do when I was younger. I was in talent shows. I was in a hip hop dance group. I was on a jazz float. Feel like me.
Rosie, thank you so much. Hello, thank you for that. You an Aussie too. Hello, here and lurking. I appreciate you. Very generous. Thank you.
In love. Little jig. Make a little love. Get down tonight.
As if Emily looks at that and thinks, oh yeah, I would. Like, seriously. Comment down below. What do you look at in someone and think, oh yeah, I would? For me, it's like competence, you know, like if somebody goes, oh, I'll do that. It sometimes happens when people are like at work or whatever. You just see them and they're just like handling the shit out of a situation. Oh, so hot. That's what I like. Not so much the kind of drippy, oozy legs. Comment yours down below if you care to share.
Get down tonight. Uba, can you jump?
Yeah, I can jump. Can you, Ben?
Oh, whoa.
Dolphins can jump 20 feet out of the water.
Can you jump?
I want to jump off. I'm scared. My feet hurt a little. I'm wearing the wrong.
Okay, realistic talk here. This is actually dangerous. She shouldn't be doing this. I remember Foodie went to a museum or like a science center or something with Salah, like, last year, and she did this itty bitty tiny jump, and I'm like, that is so, can you imagine all of the, because they've gone into the air and then there's also gravity adding force now to the weight as they're coming down, and granted it's not a big jump, but to put that extra pressure on the knees and the hips, it's a very dangerous situation. This is a medical emergency, my nuggets. I keep saying it. It's true. Rachel just gave me the ick for my own competency kink.
Wrong shoes.
I do have to say, Apathetic, you are the fucking OG of Girl World. Like, the fact that you had this clip and you've pulled this together, like, just beautiful chef's kiss editing.
And this is higher than it looks, okay, you guys?
I wonder how Apathetic Facts feels about Rachel loving her so much, because Apathetic Facts has taken a swipe at Rachel in her videos. Just saying. I wonder. I'd be interested to know what that dynamic is. Oh, you were always sus of Rachel from the start, seemingly throwing stones from glass houses. You were onto her straight up. Many of us were fooled. Many. You never got into Rachel. You always felt like you missed out on her early crap. Yeah, I remember seeing her suggested in my feed, and I clicked on her and I saw the philosophy graduate talks shit. And philosophy is something that I'm interested in, so that kind of caught my eye. But for some reason, I just didn't, I don't know, I didn't get into it for whatever reason. And then it wasn't until all of this other stuff that it really caught my attention, and I had been watching just a little bit leading up to that.
I can't, I'm scared.
Note that super southern twang in her voice that she adopted. I believe this was when she lived in Kentucky. I could be wrong, but she's got that like really affected.
Rachel can't talk about affected accents. She's done it too. Yeah.
Southern twang. Just more proof that she's a chameleon and just sucks up the personality and accent of whoever she's around. Just kind of funny. But anyway, jump, girl.
Take it. I'm actually scared right now.
Crazy.
Jump.
I mean, that's mad. Also, this is really interesting and slightly off topic, but did you know that jumping and squatting are two of the physical actions that most predict longevity because they are directly linked to bone density? So not being able to jump off a curb onto the floor, age 24, and struggling to do that tiny physical action.
Okay, don't take this as fact. I mean, kind of, sort of, but no. Mostly. No.
Is like a very good predictor that you won't be alive over the age of 50. Just thought I'd mention that.
No.
Definitely not with the over the age of 50 thing. No. A really good indicator of not being alive past the age of 50 would be, the 600 pounds. Just saying. You hate her degree crap. You have a master's degree. Work in your field, and you're an absolute moron. 100% idiot. She uses it to prove her pretend intelligence so people won't question her. You're not wrong. Do you know what? I was going to do a video because it was, I guess, earlier in my time as a reaction channel, but when she came out with all of those screenshots, that video that she did, I was actually going to grab them all and do my own video, which I never wound up doing. I don't know why. I don't know, lost interest in it for whatever reason. Although looking back, I'm kind of glad that I didn't. But at the beginning of it, she said, if you're going to do your thing and grab all the screenshots, just make sure that you watch my video because I'm probably going to be giving you context as we go that you'll miss if you just grab the screenshots and make the video. And I remember my reaction, because I'm a little objectionist mother clucker. My brain was like, no, not doing it. Grab the screenshots. You can't tell me what to do like that. But yeah, side quest. I apologize.
No. At least I'm honest.
Like French fries.
ALR is the only likable person here. Long live the Queen.
Look at the support for Amber.
It's the Dolphins, isn't it?
He might be related to the Dolphins.
Not gonna lie, Amber throwing in the dolphin facts does actually kind of make this more enjoyable. I'm genuinely interested. I didn't know that dolphins could jump 20 feet out of the water. That's actually kind of cool. I'd rather she shut the fuck up. But if she's gonna say anything, then, dolphin facts. That'll do me.
Wait, hold up. Fupa, what's your favorite color? Pink, right?
Yep.
Did you know that the Amazon River dolphin is pink?
It is!
So did you know that orca...
Walmart. You bought clothes from Walmart.
Wait, orca is a killer whale, but also the largest type of dolphin.
She's definitely reading off a screen. Hello, Be Like Water Baby. Very important information. I really appreciate that we've all been graced with this. I'm kidding. Hello and welcome. Exactly, Yamano. Chickens do what they want. I have 3 highlines in particular who are absolutely nuts, and they absolutely do what they want. I am a highline.
You know what? Damn you, Amber. You're pissing me off. I'm going to fucking golf with my brand new PC.
But it dragged on for 5 days at the end of Fat Camp. It made it everyone else's problem because you couldn't just speak what you thought.
That's a good point, Furball. Rachel has been watching Snowflake. He too keeps repeating that Amber won't be alive for long. I actually disagree. I think she's got a little bit of longevity in her still, but I've noticed that there are some things that are being repeated from Snowflake as well.
So dolphins live 20 to 60 years.
It's probably more than I.
Look at her face. She's so shocked. She's like, dolphins live 20 to 60 years. And then her eyes are so wide. So funny.
Who was going to live with her attitude?
I mean, same.
Male dolphins will milk calves because it brings the mother back into mating
I say
condition
put on your
faster.
seatbelt, but you
They're
get ready to
gross.
go for the
Oh,
ride of
that's
your life,
emoji.
That's true. Did you guys know that?
I didn't know that one.
Male dolphins will babies so that the mom is ready to have another kid soon.
Yeah, I agree with that, Nikki. We are all side-eyeing just a little bit. There's just some affiliations. There's nothing in regards to hardcore proof. Although, I feel so bad because Kat's sent me a bunch of information to look into with Snowflake, and I haven't gotten to it yet. But I think there's a lot of question marks around certain people, and Snowflake, whether he wants to or not, is very, very, very close to this group in one way or another. I don't know what that means. I'm not saying anything either way, but it's something. You know, the where there's smoke, there's fire kind of idea. I don't know where the fire is yet. I agree with that. You dislike Amber very much, but you don't like to think about her passing. You don't get why it's a topic between Snowflake and Rachel. I would really love to see a redemption arc. I'm always here for a good underdog redemption arc for sure. Yes. Oh, sorry. Snowflake does seem to be part of a clique from what I've observed. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, there's some stuff. Yes. Furball, did you not watch my last Rachel video? I thought you did. Yeah, I went through a bunch of her. She incessantly touched her face and her hair like all the time.
Sooner.
Yep.
That's
Well,
I mean, evolutionarily, is that a word? Evolutionarily? In line with evolution, that doesn't really make sense. Like killing your young so that you can have more young. I mean, maybe it does, I don't know. I wonder if it means that they'll kill other males young so that they can have their own young. That would make sense.
talk about what you said about Amber and
All right, that's what I want. Let's do it. Bring it, because I'm going to tell her what you did too. Come on, girl. Come on.
Well, yeah, let's talk about it.
I want you and Amber to finish your conversation that you were having right before the show.
Oh.
You said you have no drive to do the show at this point.
Yeah, that's kind of the feeling around here, Yamano, as well. I actually have said, and I stand by it, as far as reaction channels, you know how you always have your inspiration when you become a reaction channel. I am a salty Snowflake spawn. I absolutely am. I really loved his documentaries and things like that. So I have good things to say about his storytelling ability, but that just hesitation to trust, I think, is echoed throughout many communities. And we don't quite know exactly why. Cats! I was just talking about you. Cats Girl World Chat is also another good one to follow.
Yeah, do you want to talk about this, Amber? We can talk about it if you want to.
Wow, she's telling secrets? Oh, you're telling secrets?
Yeah,
about
because
her?
listen, I recently had a meeting with Keem where he
Okay.
told me that Fupa and Tech both want me to stop sharing like NDA type deals, like stuff that happens in meetings. And then Fupa literally just did it.
Yeah.
No, I literally told you guys to stop fucking arguing and leave it for the show. And then we're on the show and you guys are kiki and haha.
If
We're
Amber was
talking
talking
about-
about
I'm bored. I'm going to do a little skip because this is really fucking boring.
what was the highlight of the weekend?
I think just like connecting with her again, because like we have gone through a lot. Like we were very toxic, both of us were. And then taking, months, like we weren't together for months. Like I'm talking like in a relationship. Bettering ourselves and like healing like has really improved our relationship, and it just makes me really happy to like connect with her again like that, because I never expected it, like ever. And it's just, I feel very positive.
Thank you so much, Wrinkle. Yeah, please give Casco World some love, guys. I went back to see what Nikki T had said. If that's, I know that he does have a little bit of an off-kilter sense of humor, and I feel like Aussies do tend to get that, but sometimes it is, I don't know. I'll leave it there. But I will say the whole mop leg situation, as a short girly pop, I feel called out. Just saying. Although I can sew and I do have my own pants.
About our relationship.
I mean, I think Amber would accept an apology from literally anyone. all she wants is to be in a relationship. So all Emily would have to do is, say a few nice words and smooth it over, and Amber will forgive and forget. That's very much who she is. She just wants to be in a relationship. Her goal is to maintain the relationship. She doesn't really care about the quality or the communication. And I think Emily is probably an expert at saying the things that she needs to say to draw Amber back just enough so that she can keep her in her remit.
You're a burb, Mum. Yes, all burbs are welcome here. Exactly. Yeah, still burb fam.
So she can get leg pics. Like that is truly all this is about. Emily knows deep down that her future does not lie with Amber, based on the conversations I had with her. Granted, they were a long time ago, but the way that Emily felt about...
So they were a long time ago. Then what is she talking about Amber saying that Emily doesn't want her going to Disney with her daughter? Either the conversations were a long time ago, or... And she's kind of reading into this, making it up, delusion, whatever, or there are additional conversations. They can't both be true. One of them must be a lie. I can't do this. Rachel's really good at doing this. I can't. I get to like an iteration of, if you know, you know. We'll leave it there.
About Amber then, there's no way that there's any credible possibility for these two to have a healthy relationship moving forward. Not based on how Emily felt about Amber. And I highly doubt that that's changed deep down. Because Emily's not stupid. She knows what Amber is like. And she's never going to move in with Amber. She's never going to have her daughter around Amber. Because she knows what Amber's like. So this is just a waste of everyone's time.
Okay, so in Rachel's mind, either relationships lead to moving in and progression in that way, or they're a complete waste of time. Because there's no other possible reason or motivation that people would have in relationships and why they want to sustain them. Yes. Is it just you, or does this seem personal to Rachel? No, it absolutely seems personal to Rachel. To me, that sounds like Rachel trying to say that she really hopes that they don't move in and that they don't progress their relationship. That's how it's coming off. Was it really, Nikki? See, how did he fly under the radar so well in that case? He's very good at that.
Yeah, very much a healing era.
Yeah.
And it was just,
Did you?
multiple times.
All right.
So Amber takes this
She said, she was asking if they fucked, and she said multiple times. I love how she nods, like, multiple times, like she's so proud of herself. Oh, well done. You starfished and somebody fingered you. Good job.
Oh, that's just as bad as Amber. Rachel, be better than Amber. Be better. Oh dear. Yeah. Rachel should know that intelligence doesn't help. Predilections often beat intelligence and instinct. Isn't it interesting when they get into, the problematic side of predilection, so like the paraphilic disorder variant of things, it does seem to override like general life in that way, whereas I think a more healthy relationship with your SUL preferences, whatever they may be, is that it's in balance with everything else, like in a harmony. Yet the paraphilic disorders definitely unbalance that in a way.
It's so childish, You know when you're like 17 and you say to your mates, like, oh my God, did you guys have sex? And you're like, yeah, like, it's like unbelievably crazy. Yeah, just so childish. She is a 16-year-old in a 35-year-old's body.
So dolphins will play with their food before they and eat it. Kind of like Romeo if he finds a little bug or something.
So confirmed that there are bugs in her house then. Romeo plays with them, clearly.
Who at that camp surprised you by the looks of them?
Probably
Okay.
Fupa. Definitely Fupa, like,
That'd be
surprised
more
me. I was expecting Fupa to, like, just look different. I don't know. I was shocked.
She always goes for other women's appearance. Always. No.
Always. Somebody else does that too. Who am I thinking of? Who else goes for people's appearances, like, within the first minute of a video? Can't think. No, it's completely eluded me.
No kind of consideration for the fact that she looks like a fucking Michelin Man Rugrats character. Said with all the peace and love in the world. She's taking the piss out of Fupa. Like, come on, just constant deflection and attacking of other women, because she's a huge misogynist, as we all know.
You're hearing it, my nuggets, right? This is not just me. No, it's not just me.
Who are you?
Oh, Big Murph! Shocked the shit out of me.
Why?
Big.
I don't care about Big Murph. This is boring. By the way, you guys, these reactions, I'm just going to cut through like anything I think is dull. So just to warn you, if there's any random cuts, it's just me not being able to fucking stand what she's talking about.
Amber, are you engaged?
No.
Do you plan on getting engaged?
I don't know. I'm not the asker of the engaged, so if she ever asks me, that's on her. But
I'm not the asker of the engaged. What English is that? I'm not the asker of the engaged. I understand that, particularly for lesbians, which I myself am one, it can be difficult to know.
Oh, so she does identify as lesbian. Okay, that's good to know. I haven't had it confirmed, just that, she wasn't straight was the only thing. So that makes, that may shift things a little bit. It's boring. Aren't you trying to win back your audience with empathy and kindness? I don't know, Nikki. She's been calling us all stupid for some time now.
No, like, who asks who to marry you, right? Because there's no rules. I mean, there's no fucking rules anyway, but like...
No, there's no rules in heterosexual relationships either. A woman can ask. That's fine. It's fine.
Who asks who? And I think that Amber wanting to be the one to be asked is a very good example of what she always wants, which is to be feminine and dainty and tiny and be proposed to by...
Actually, I think it's more in the vein of, like, the fairy tale story. I think it goes along with the wanting to be rescued by somebody, always wanting somebody to do things for her. And I think it's more in that vein than it is about being dainty, in a sense.
Her romantic interest. I have this theory, which I've mentioned once before on my channel, which is that Amber is attracted to masked lesbians because she thinks of them as men who she can manipulate, because men are probably quite scary to her because of her relationship with her father. So I think that she goes for masked lesbians and then thinks of them as men in her head, and I think that that is why she wants to be proposed to by Emily, because she thinks of Emily as the masculine one who plays the masculine role. Those of you who are lesbians or are kind of in the community will know there's this kind of trope that many masculine lesbians get treated like men, and it's really horrible and not fair on them. The whole point is that they're not men, right? And I think that, sure, sometimes masks or masculine presenting lesbians do like to play a slightly more masculine role, but there's
Rachel's mansplaining lesbians. Okay, is anybody being enlightened? I hope people are learning. Like, there's great wisdom being dropped upon all of you. It's enough, Rachel. Yeah, Janton, her remaining audience are of the same opinion as her. We saw that in the video where she listens to their voice messages. Absolutely. And it's bound to happen because, the great thing about YouTube is there is somebody out there for all of you, and likewise for everybody who creates, there is an audience for them. There really is, and I do think that there is a beauty in that. I think it's great, even though I think ethically a lot of people cross lines that I wouldn't do. It's not really my business, and so therefore what their communities like to get out of them is not my business either. What matters is that we all resonate with each other here, and they can resonate with each other over there. You never catch up on ALR stuff. You're dumping all your speculation in one go. By all means, go right ahead. I haven't been super in the ALR loop either. It's very dull over there at the moment. She's into women, but wants women to be wants the woman to be a man because of daddy issues. That's it, isn't it? That's the summation. Hello, Loretta. You're finally catching alive. Welcome. Kind of. We're closer to the end than the beginning. Probably got less than an hour left.
They're still women, and they still deserve to be treated as women, and I think that it's kind of a problem in the community that they get treated like men, and I think that is what Amber does, and I think it is my opinion that that's why she's always trying to date masked lesbians, because she finds them to be probably an easier target.
And actually, just to sum up what we were just talking about, look at this ratio. This is the best like to dislike ratio that Rachel has had on a video in a long time. And if it's too tiny because you're on mobile, it's basically 1,000 likes to only 17 dislikes. She's got her support crowd. All of her haters, all of the hate watching crowd, they've gone. This is her genuine community that's left at this point.
Then a man, and I think that she's subconsciously massively misogynistic. But of course Amber wants to be proposed to. Of course she wants her partner to buy the ring and kneel down and give her that moment, because for her that's what everything is about. She'd be the main character, she'd get everything she ever wanted, and we know this. She made this Instagram post, I'll put it here, where she talks about how desperate she is to have her fiancé marry her and to walk down the aisle to the person she's marrying in a wedding dress. That would be the kind of epitome of perfection for Amber, because she's a narcissist, as I've said, and what she wants is to be the centre of attention. What she really wants is that day where everybody looks at her and fawns over her and obeys her and falls at her feet. But the truth is, she couldn't walk down the aisle, you know? Or if she could...
I'm with you there, Heather. I don't get it. Why speculate what Amber's attracted to or why she's desperate for love in general? I agree. I don't think any of this matters. It really doesn't. Like, I think what's probably more pertinent is the fact that Amber has a very toxic take on relationships, as does, evidently, Emily.
It would be quite a sight to see, and the mental images I'm having are crazy. But it's not going to happen, you know. Her and Emily aren't going to get married because Emily won't let Amber be around her child. I do think it's very fucked up that there's a kid involved in this situation.
I think it's very clucked up that you keep bringing the child up.
Fingers.
Huh?
You show your fingers?
No ring.
Yeah, he did interview, he interviewed Emily right before Rachel did. Consider me your lesbian consult. I love that. So, as the official Chukin lesbian consultant, what rating out of 10 would you give Rachel's explanation on lesbianism? Please inform us all.
Who shows their fingers like that? Very weird. And this discussion that they're having about getting married and being engaged, that suggests that you want a future with this person. But Emily did that once before, and that person passed away. And now here she is, potentially alluding to it with Amber. Amber's only got another maximum 10 years, 7 or so of which will be experienced in very...
Geez, she's very fixated on that. And yet I recall many a video saying that Amber's weight is the least interesting thing about her. I would say that this is directly tied into that, but we keep talking about it. 0. Oh, she did too. Rachel said she loves masked lesbians. She did. We had that in a live. I remember that. So many questions. I'm your ALR person now. I'm more of a Rachel person, but ALR by proxy for sure. This channel did start as an Amber channel, although officially Eugenia inspired it. You guys are hilarious. 3 out of 10. While it's true some masked lesbians like to play the guy role, it depends on each individual couple. Oh, amazing. Amazing insight. And her saying that hypes up the stereotype. Yeah. I agree with that very hard. And that can be said of any relationship. It's all about the individuals and the individual couples. It's so redundant otherwise to speak about people in these stereotypical roles. Because what in turn would she think about a woman proposing to a man in a straight relationship? And we have not even addressed non-binary relationships, nor have we addressed male homosexual relationships. I just, never mind.
Very poor health. I think these people are thinking with their genitals and not their brains, and it's very evident.
All right.
So Amber was in the bus VC all night into this morning, and now some of that has leaked.
Go get fake engaged again. Just because girl world is crazy doesn't mean I got fake engaged. They just like spreading rumors. Every time Tommy and I go to bingo, she daubs my ring finger. Who f***ing cares? Y'all bored and dumb as hell.
Really want to play this game? Miss, I want to be claimed?
This is it. Yeah, this is the post. Saying I want to be claimed. I mean, listen, the sentiment I can understand, but I think what she should really be worrying about is staying alive, you know? There's a couple of minutes of these comments, so...
Oh, that was a good take. It's like saying gay men with a feminine male partner has mummy issues or is secretly bi or straight. Sometimes gender reversing things is really fun. Nikki T, thank you so much. Welcome to the Clucking crew. Jump into the Discord. It's a lot of fun. Thank you. Welcome. Oh, yes, Edgar. As an NB person, I never want to hear Rachel's take on non-binary relationships. She's just triggering, like, so many different groups all over the place. Actually, I agree, Sherbet. Possibly an odd take. I'm more about a conversation than a proposal. So many clarifying questions are required. I actually personally am of a mindset that a proposal shouldn't necessarily be a surprise overall. Perhaps the timing could be a surprise, but not the overall discussion, if that makes sense. You can smell her jealousy from here. You're celibate and apparently have daddy issues. Oh, you're learning about yourself being like, what a baby. I love that. I love that so much. Oh, cool. Your husband and you didn't really do a proposal. You just talked and agreed that you wanted to get married. Like equals. Fancy that. What a modern relationship.
Let's watch them through just to see if there's anything interesting to pull out.
I was 22. This was 14 years ago. Like, how creepy and weird are you?
I will say, this comment here, I was 22, this was 14 years ago. This might catch me some flack, but you know what? Fair enough. The fact that Amber said this and made this post 14 years ago, I personally kind of get the argument, right? The person I was, the stuff I thought, whatever, anything I would have done or said 14 years ago, you know, is so wildly far from
like the videos I just did. Rachel, are you watching my videos? Because I called her out on some shit that she did when she was 18. I do agree. You know, I said in that video, who of us was not an idiot when we were, let's just say, between the ages of 18 and 22, maybe a little later, maybe a little younger. I get that. The issue with Rachel, though, is that she's still very much the same person. Her 18-year-old self heavily resembles her 30-year-old self. So was that a snipe? What do we think? There's been little bits and pieces over time that makes me think she's watching.
who I am now. I was 15, 14 years ago. So I understand this argument that things that happen in the past are not always relevant. And I'm not going to sit here and be one of those people that's like, well, you said this 14 years ago, therefore you must still think that now. No.
Yeah. This has not been the take that she's taken in the past. This is new. I'm sus. Sus Chukin is sus.
I don't think that, but I think that the sentiment that is shown in that post from 14 years ago, where Amber is basically saying she's desperate to be owned and publicly claimed by somebody, I think that that sentiment is something that she has evidenced throughout her history, and, you know, up until even at the moment right now, dating somebody who she knows is incredibly bad for her and who she's had a very highly toxic relationship with, and she's still willing to forgive that person and be with that person. That shows a measure of desperation and desire to be in a relationship, which trumps all kind of good logic and thinking, which shows that although, yeah, this post was 14 years ago, you still fall into the same traps that you were falling into then. You still think the same way you were thinking then. So while I won't hold her to something...
I agree with that, Carvin. I fully agree with that. To be fair, it's just human nature to want to feel wanted. And I think, generally speaking, we're quite a communal or social species. It does make sense. You thought the same thing. She's definitely watching you. Yes, there's just, you know, a fair whack of insight there that we don't normally see from Rachel, and I'm wondering if it's because she's been able to draw on personal experience, perhaps recent personal experience.
Something she said 14 years ago, if there are patterns of that sentiment still being carried out throughout her entire time on the internet, then I think it's fair enough to use something from then to talk about now.
Confirmed. She said it. Yep. My video is valid.
Because she's still like that. She still thinks that stuff. And this person underneath here says you were an adult, which is true, but just because you were an adult doesn't mean your opinion can't change over time. It's not so much that she was an adult, it's more the fact that she's still the same person now as she's always been. Just to quickly cut through here, this person says, and how hard did you make Beck propose to you? How salty were you when Destiny got engaged? Bruh, you're the weird one.
Marge is behind, but she's gonna hear this when she gets up to this. Don't do bogans dirty like that. Large parts of my family are bogan, and I'm very fond of them, and probably quite boganish myself. In all honesty, Marge, I think a great many Aussies can identify partially with bogans. The particular person that we were discussing, that's the bad kind, like, let's be honest. You're a bogan in your own way. Yeah, same. I'm a country girl. Country chicken. A 22-year-old child. You love it when people are behind and comment in live chat. It's like time travel. I know, and that's why I always try to grab them as well, because then it's like, as they're listening, they'll get to that point, and then it's like, hey. It's fun.
Absolutely true. I mean, she bought the rings to get Beck to propose to her. She wants more than anything to be married. And then she says here, I'm not lying, you dumb C-word. I'd never ask someone to propose to me, especially someone that I wasn't sexually interested in. Who Amber is or isn't interested in that manner is none of my business. But I think it's very inappropriate to talk about your ex like this. I mean, it's just so icky. I would never say about somebody I dated in the past, a previous ex, oh, I was never really interested in them. Like, how disrespectful. Okay, none of the other comments that come through after this are particularly interesting to me, so we're just going to leave that there. Okay, I'm going to leave that video there for now. Those were my thoughts about all of that stuff that's happened. I'm just going to keep filming reactions, but I'm only going to film ones that I actually...
So that's interesting. Like, most of that video was really nothing else that's been different to the last month that's been happening in LCU, which Rachel at the beginning of this video said it's boring, and I know that I'm just going to be making, you know, trash videos over boring content. Yet she used this video as a vehicle to speak about Emily specifically, and Emily's child, and Amber's relationship with Emily. So it kind of feels like this video was made in order to talk about that, but then she needed to pad it out and justify it with the other non-tent that's been happening, essentially. It's that there's a weird double standard going on there. You're part bogan for sure. There's a percentage in all of us. There really is. What's a bogan? It's an Aussie, I suppose, slur for people who I guess, are willfully ignorant and choosing not to be part of society. I cannot say this in a nice way. Anybody else in the chat want to chime in? I tap out. Rachel is vindictive and egotistical, so she watches everything about her like her BFF ALR. Yeah. Hey, Kaden, just woke up. You're a 43-year-old child. Love it. Love that for you. Yeah, white trash stereotype. But see, that's not right either. And it does vary from state to state and city to suburb and also rural to city as well. And in my experience, the worst kind, and specifically the kind that we're talking about here, has actually been in cities where they're basically just living off the dole and, you know, milking systems for what they can. And what was that? What was that? Moogly Googly, thank you so much for becoming a clucker. Welcome aboard. Make sure you jump in the Discord. But yeah, see, no, redneck's not right either. No, it's not, because that they can be very clever, very, very clever. I would define the kind of bogan that we're talking about as a very incredibly useless and ignorant human being who never really try to get ahead and just try to take rather than give. But it is a spectrum, it for sure is. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. No, they're not even MAGA. No, like, how do you define this? It's so, I don't know. It's a type of Aussie. I'm gonna get myself in trouble. No, not MAGA, no. Oh dear. Okay, so that is Rachel's most recent video after a very lengthy time away. Now, Rachel's pattern historically, at least this year, has been that she'll go away for a bit and then she will release videos in extremely quick succession. So we may be doing this again on Friday. We'll see. I know this is most of your most favorite topic. How does one know if they're on the bogan spectrum? Be Australian. Hilarious. Oh, the Pauline Hanson trolley song. Also, do you know the Siggy Butt Brain thing? What am I thinking of? What is the... Hang on, I need to converse with the husband very quickly. Sorry, I'm muting. I'm asking. I am conversing. Yeah, so what Nikki T just said, Google Siggy Butt Brains. There's a little skit that comes up. It's like a little animated thing. Damo and Darren, I feel like that is going to be the most apt explanation of what we're talking about. But yeah, so we might revisit this or we might do a Rosie edit stream. We'll see what comes up. I sincerely doubt it's going to be Amber, because it's just so dull. It's so dull. No, low life is not quite the word either. I mean, kind of, I guess, maybe. It's not big enough. It doesn't encapsulate. It's just, yeah, Google Siggy Butt Brain. You'll see what I mean. Bogan is Australian, and it is a Kiwi thing, slang to describe a person whose speech, clothing, behaviour and attitudes are considered unrefined or unsophisticated. Oh, that so doesn't quite cut it though. It's so much more aggressive than that. So much more. You watched the Kath and Kim and Muriel's wedding. They are not bogans. They're just Aussies. And they are treasures. Okay, my nuggets. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so, so much for everybody who participated in chat and lurked and sent in gifted memberships and joined memberships and sent in super chats. I appreciate all of you. And an extra big thank you to the replay nuggets because you are amazing as well. But that is all the clucks I have left to give. Stay golden, my little nuggets, and I'll catch you next time.